Hi, and welcome to another edition of Legally Insane News. I'm Kyle O'Donnell. Today's episode is going to be the behind-the-scenes interview with Don Buford of Dust Devil Mining Company. I chose this one to release at this early stage of my interview releases because I want to make sure that I start scattering the interviews around a little bit just to get some good coverage, to give either a visitor or a visitor, someone unfamiliar with quartzite, a good smattering of what they might see if they show up in town, including the conversations of the dark histories and things like that, all the way up to someone like Don Buford here, who's been coming to quartzite for many years and has seen the transition both in town and like in the town council and things like that, the policies that are at play. So Don's interview is crucial for establishing that. He was an interesting guy. I recall him being a bit standoffish about the interview. Didn't really know what it was about at first, and he didn't want to bash anybody or put a target on his back, but at the same time he knew that there was a story to tell about the evolution of how vendors were treated in town. And he's a really good example because not only does he know his craft, he's been doing the rock and gemstone industry for decades. He realizes that while in the height of the skirmish, I'll say, he didn't want necessarily to include quartzite on his track. He also understood quartzite as the hub, a place that was totally necessary to put on his travel circuit as he drove around the country, selling his wares, polishing rocks, trading with other vendors, and things like that. So his interview is very telling for a lot of reasons. I hope you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And without further ado, here is Don Buford.
I'm Don Buford with Dust Devil Mining Company. We mine Oregon sunstone in the south central Oregon desert, and I've been coming down to quartzite for almost 30 years. Initially, I didn't like quartzite at all because there was a really bad attitude here. Every time I'd come here, one of the locals would try and pick a fight with me, and I don't have that problem in Tucson, so I don't think it was me. And a lot of the locals that I ran into just were not nice people. But now I'm running into a lot of locals that are really nice people, and they're promoting the gem show. They're nice to vendors, and I'm getting to the point where I'm liking to come here. I jokingly say, well, I think everybody that is a local in quartzite is brain damaged from the heat during the summer. But I think there was just an overall negative attitude here because of things that were going on politically, and a lot of really good people in quartzite have done their very best to turn that image around, and they're doing a pretty darn good job of it.
And as far as you know, because you're on the vendor side, do most of the vendors know about what went down?
I think a lot of them do. There's been a lot of these people that have been coming here from clear back then. A lot of the newer vendors and the foreign vendors won't know about that because they weren't around back then. But I think the people that have been around here for a long time have seen that this has really changed. And for a while, these shows were getting kind of flea markety, and now it's back mostly to rocks and gemstones. And it's a good place for those of us that live in bad weather to come to into December. And we'll be down here till the 1st of March. I hope that it continues to do what it's doing. I'm seeing new RV parks come in, and they are catering to not only the snowbirds but to the gemstone and rock community. And there's a lot of nice rock around here. There's a lot of places for people to go on field trips, and there's groups of people here, a gem and mineral club here that you can join, and they will actually take you out to places around here. And these are the local people that are promoting the rock business here in quartzite. Quartzite, as far as I know, is the world's largest rock hounds convention. You get all kinds of people from people that sell high-end material to a lot of counterculture people that come through here, and a lot of people that'll come in and go around and buy stuff inexpensively, wire wrap it or something like that, and then sell it. And they can spend a couple of months here out of the bad weather and actually make enough money that they can go back to wherever they came from and have some money to spend on buying more rocks. So, you know, this is a good place because there is just about every kind of rock you could think of that comes in here, other than diamond, ruby, emerald, and sapphire. And there's a little bit of sapphire here, but mostly Montana material. But it's a place where the vendors can come, the general public can come in and learn about these gemstones, because most people really don't know very much about gemstones. You know, we were just discussing here the treatment of turquoise, and that there's treated turquoise here and all natural turquoise here. And people don't understand that just because you go buy it and somebody says it's natural, it might not be natural. And so part of the deal here is that we educate people about gemstones. So it gives us an opportunity to promote the business, and the locals have a lot to do with that because they provide us with a venue that we can do that. And the town is growing. There's more stores here now. There's some really good restaurants here. And it used to be you had to go to Blythe, California pretty much to get anything. But now there's quite a few new businesses in here, and they're doing a pretty good job. And when you go into those businesses, you're treated like a welcome guest in this town. And it didn't used to be that way.